Imagine a moment when all the signs and intuitions point to an intense spiritual challenge, one that will test your faith, strength, and purpose in a profound way. This video will guide you to understand this mission, explaining how to recognize and prepare for this ultimate test. As you watch, you'll gain clarity on how to strengthen your mind and spirit to face the challenges that may arise on your journey. Do you feel that something greater is calling you? Have you ever had the feeling that you're facing a life mission that can't be ignored? In this video, we'll talk about how to identify the signs that you're ready for this call and what it means for your spiritual evolution. So if you feel that this moment has arrived, watch to the end and discover how this mission can transform your life. When we talk about a spiritual mission, we're referring to a deep calling that connects to the most essential purpose of our existence. This concept is much more than an abstract idea. It represents a journey that leads to self-knowledge, evolution, and an understanding of our role in the universe. Those who feel the pull of a spiritual mission often perceive an inner calling that seems to go beyond ordinary goals. This mission doesn't arise by chance. In many cases, it is the result of an awakening or a need for transformation. It's as if, at some point, the soul began to move towards something greater, asking the individual to go beyond their limitations and face a deeper spiritual reality. It's a natural process for those who seek truth, purpose, and alignment with something higher. Each spiritual mission is unique and personalized for each individual. It respects each person's experiences, beliefs, and level of personal development. The interesting thing is that the challenges we face in our lives are often clues to understanding our spiritual mission. It's as if the universe is preparing us and guiding us along a path of continuous growth. When you are faced with a spiritual mission, intense questions arise. What is the true meaning of my life? Am I ready to face the truth? Can I commit to the unknown? These questions reflect the moment when the spirit feels ready to begin a real quest, a path that requires courage, surrender, and faith to overcome the initial barriers. Many believe that by accepting this call, they will already be prepared for the journey, but this is not the case. The spiritual test is actually an ongoing process that involves constant growth. It's common for doubts and difficulties to arise along the way. This is an essential part of the journey, as it strengthens the spirit and helps us develop resilience, faith, and a genuine connection with our purpose. This journey can be challenging, but it is also profoundly transformative. It teaches us to question, to seek answers within ourselves, and to find clarity in the most complex situations. By understanding the concept of spiritual mission, we realize that every step, every choice, and every challenge is part of a preparation for the final test, where our faith and determination will be put to the test. Finally, understanding the concept of spiritual mission allows us to have a broader and more enriching view of life. By embracing this mission, you not only see obstacles as learning opportunities, but you also realize that you are on the path to a deeper awakening. This is the moment when you put yourself at the disposal of your purpose, and, however challenging it may be, the spiritual path promises to bring a unique reward, the discovery of who you really are. The spiritual call usually begins in a subtle way, emerging as a feeling of restlessness, or as if something is missing in your life. No matter what you've already achieved, you may feel an inexplicable need to search for something deeper. This is the first indication that something in you is being activated, revealing a greater purpose that is not yet completely clear. Another common sign is increased emotional sensitivity. You may find yourself more reflective or even questioning aspects of your life that didn't seem relevant before. Sometimes even small events or conversations can awaken a sense of deep connection or recognition, as if they were messages meant to remind you of something essential. The call can also manifest itself through intense, recurring dreams that seem to carry important messages. These dreams are usually vivid and leave a strong impression when you wake up. They are often full of symbolism, pointing to themes of transformation, rebirth, or inner journeying. In addition to dreams, external signs begin to appear more frequently. You may notice coincidences or synchronicities that seem unusual. It could be a phrase you read over and over again, meeting a person who brings you a meaningful message, or even a number or symbol that repeats itself at key moments. These signs often appear to awaken your attention. Changes in your energy and intuition are also strong signals. You may feel a deeper connection with the people around you, perceive the energies of environments, or pick up vibrations that previously went unnoticed. Many people report an increase in intuition and the feeling that they are being guided towards something greater and more important. As these signs intensify, a kind of existential crisis can arise, where old patterns of thought and values no longer seem to fit. This can be uncomfortable, but it's an essential step on the journey. This crisis is an invitation to question everything you thought you knew about yourself and the world. Finally, when the call becomes evident, you feel an irresistible urge to connect with your spiritual purpose. This brings a clarity that previously seemed distant, and the universe seems to conspire for you to discover the next step. The answer to this call is not immediate, but the first step is to recognize these signs and accept them as an essential part of your path. The spiritual test exists to challenge and strengthen who we are in essence. Its purpose is not to punish or frustrate us, but rather to offer an opportunity for growth and deep self-knowledge. It is through these tests that we confront our greatest weaknesses, fears, and limitations, opening the way to genuine transformation. Each test appears like a mirror, revealing aspects of our personality and beliefs that need adjusting or evolving. It is often these moments that force us to confront questions such as, what do I really believe? What are my deepest values? And how can I live authentically and in line with my essence? Facing these questions is part of the process of purification and spiritual maturation. In addition, the test has the purpose of strengthening our faith and confidence in the spiritual path. When we face challenges, we are invited to develop resilience and find strength within ourselves. These moments are opportunities to realize that, even in the face of difficulties, we are capable of moving forward and rising above obstacles. The spiritual test also teaches us about surrender and acceptance. We often believe that we have control over everything, but spiritual challenges show us the value of trusting the universe and accepting that there are things beyond our control. This process of surrender is liberating and opens doors to a new perception of how the greater forces around us work. Ultimately, the purpose of the test is to prepare us for a higher stage of consciousness. After going through these moments, we come out stronger and with an expanded view of life. This is the moment when we feel a sense of clarity and peace that transcends ordinary understanding. By understanding the purpose of the test, we open ourselves up to a journey of continuous growth and alignment with our true purpose. The spiritual journey, especially when it involves a deep test, brings with it intense emotional and mental challenges. Often, these moments make us question our own identity and the paths we have chosen. Feelings of doubt, fear, and even loneliness can often arise, leading us to reflect deeply on who we really are. One of the first emotional challenges is dealing with the fear of the unknown. Entering a spiritual test means giving up certainties and entering a phase of transformation. This fear is natural and arises because we are leaving behind old patterns of behavior and beliefs that offered us security, but which now no longer serve our purpose. Another common challenge is the feeling of inadequacy or incapacity. When faced with difficult situations, it's easy to feel that we're not strong enough to overcome them. This self-criticism can be heavy and discouraging, but it is an essential point of the test, learning to see our own value and inner strength, even in the face of the greatest uncertainties. Feelings of loneliness and disconnection are also frequent during these tests. It can feel like no one around you understands what you're going through, and this is a reminder that this process is deeply personal. This feeling of isolation is challenging, but it also strengthens the connection with your own essence and with the inner wisdom that only you possess. From a mental point of view, there is the constant struggle against the desire to give up or return to the comfort zone. The mind tries to find excuses or easier paths, especially when the journey seems too difficult. This is the time to strengthen your resolve and remember why you accepted this mission in the first place. Another mental challenge is to maintain clarity in the midst of a storm of emotions. Confusion can arise, bringing disorganized thoughts and hindering the ability to make decisions in line with your purpose. At this point, developing meditation and introspection practices helps to calm the mind and refocus on what's really important. Facing these emotional and mental challenges can seem like an overwhelming task, but they are exactly what teach us to grow. When we go through these obstacles, we learn to trust ourselves more and become resilient. Each emotion, each thought overcome, helps to mold and strengthen us, preparing us for the next steps on this spiritual journey. Strengthening the mind and spirit is a fundamental step in facing any spiritual challenge. This strengthening begins with the practice of self-awareness, observing your own thoughts and feelings without judgment. By understanding the emotions and reactions that arise, you begin to identify what needs to be worked on and how to transform the energy that was previously used to fuel fear and doubt. Meditation is a powerful tool for strengthening the mind and spirit. It helps bring inner peace and develop a deeper connection with the inner self. Meditating regularly creates a space of silence and mental balance that is essential for facing any spiritual test with serenity and focus, making it possible to hear intuition more clearly. Practicing gratitude is another effective form of empowerment. Remaining grateful for every lesson learnt, even in difficult moments, helps transform the perspective on the spiritual test. Gratitude allows us to see challenges as opportunities for growth, opening our hearts and bringing a sense of peace that is fundamental for those on a journey of self-knowledge. Developing a self-care routine is also essential for strengthening the spirit. Activities such as taking care of your body, spending time in nature, exercising, and eating well are ways to increase positive energy and reduce stress. These practices keep the mind and spirit balanced, helping to get through spiritual tests with more resilience and positivity. Finally, seeking the support of mentors or a spiritual community can make a significant difference. Having people around who share similar values and experiences strengthens trust and a sense of belonging, as well as offering practical and emotional guidance. This support is essential to remember that although the path is personal, you are not alone on this journey. Fear and doubt are natural emotions when facing the unknown, especially on a spiritual journey. However, overcoming them is essential in order to move forward with confidence and clarity. The first way to deal with these feelings is to recognize that they are part of the process. By accepting them rather than rejecting them, you can understand where they come from and what they represent. Practicing presence is a powerful way to overcome fear. Fear is usually linked to worries about the future, while doubt clings to thoughts of the past. By focusing on the present moment, you find a clarity that weakens the power of these emotions. Breathing techniques and mindfulness help calm the mind, allowing you to find peace in the here and now. Another strategy is to cultivate self-knowledge. When you understand your strengths and limitations, it becomes easier to face fear and doubt. Understanding your true potential brings internal security, reminding you that although the challenges are intense, you have the tools and ability to overcome them. Working with positive affirmations is also effective. Doubt often manifests itself as a negative inner voice, which questions your ability and importance. By replacing these thoughts with affirmations of strength, courage, and purpose, you begin to reframe your mind to focus on what is possible, rather than what could go wrong. Dealing with fear and doubt can be a lonely process, but seeking inspiration from other people's stories can help. Reading or hearing about the experiences of those who have overcome great challenges can renew your self-confidence. These stories serve as reminders that everyone faces fears and insecurities, and that overcoming them is part of growing up. Strengthening your faith, whether in something greater, in spirituality, or in your own path, is another way to overcome these emotions. Faith acts as a guide that helps us see beyond obstacles and trust that everything that happens contributes to our well-being. The more you strengthen this belief, the less fear and doubt can paralyze your actions. Finally, acting on fear is one of the most powerful ways to overcome it. Small steps, however hesitant, are essential to developing confidence. Each action you take against fear proves that it doesn't control you, and over time, these steps add up to solid self-confidence, allowing you to continue the journey with more lightness and courage. The final spiritual awakening is the moment when the journey begins to make sense at a greater depth than we've ever experienced before. After going through intense challenges and profound tests, a sense of clarity and purpose emerges, revealing the true essence of your path. This awakening is an opening to a new consciousness, one in which everything seems interconnected. This moment brings an inner peace that doesn't depend on external circumstances. What was once a source of worry or fear loses its power, and a greater, calmer understanding begins to guide your actions. This peace is the fruit of the process of self-knowledge and of overcoming the challenges that have molded your spirit along the way. In awakening, you feel an intense connection with something greater. It could be with the universe, the divine, or your own life purpose. This connection brings a sense of belonging and that there is an order in which every experience, every pain, and every joy plays an essential role in your growth. Along with this peace and connection, spiritual awakening also brings a responsibility to live according to this new understanding. It suddenly becomes clear that your actions and choices have an impact that goes beyond yourself, and that the spiritual path involves a commitment to what you believe is right and true. At this stage, love and compassion tend to expand naturally. As you experience this new vision, you become more understanding and empathetic towards others. This emotional openness is not a sign of fragility, but of strength. Love becomes a powerful and transformative energy, molding your interactions with the world. The final awakening also implies a change of priorities. What was once considered important may now seem superficial, and values such as authenticity, honesty, and simplicity take center stage. Your life begins to reflect your essence, and choices are made with a clearer and truer purpose. This awakening is a starting point, not an end. It marks the beginning of a new stage, in which spiritual growth becomes a continuous process of evolution and learning. The awakening offers a glimpse of unlimited potential, but it takes discipline and dedication to move forward, deepening this knowledge in all aspects of life. Finally, the ultimate spiritual awakening is a gift you give yourself, but it also transforms the world around you. By living according to your truth, you inspire others to seek the same path of self-knowledge and connection. This is the true impact of awakening, not only illuminating your life, but being a light for others on their journey. The integration of spiritual awakening is the process of applying, on a daily basis, everything that has been learnt along the journey. This step is essential, as it ensures that the lessons and insights gained don't just remain theoretical, but actually transform your life and the way you interact with the world. Continuing on this path is a commitment to living it to the full. This process of integration begins with the constant practice of presence and mindfulness. As your spiritual awakening deepens your awareness, you realize the importance of staying connected to the present moment. This allows you to act with more intentionality and less reactivity, creating a solid foundation for dealing with the ups and downs of everyday life. Another essential part of integration is aligning your actions with the values and wisdom you acquired during your awakening. This alignment requires authenticity and the courage to live according to what is true for you. When your choices reflect your deepest values, the spiritual path becomes a natural expression of your life. Cultivating habits that nourish the mind and spirit is fundamental to continuing on the path. Practices such as meditation, reading inspiring texts, self-reflection, and spending time in nature help maintain focus and inner balance. These habits are the sustenance you need to strengthen your spiritual connection and stay true to your purpose. Along this path, it's common for new challenges and tests to arise. However, with spiritual awakening, you start to see them from a new perspective, seeing them as opportunities to deepen and evolve. With this mindset, every experience is a chance to grow and refine your essence even further. Continuing on the spiritual path also involves sharing what you have learned. When you help other people find their purpose, you teach and learn at the same time. This exchange of experiences not only strengthens your spirit, but also contributes to the journey of others, promoting a true network of spiritual growth. Staying humble is an important aspect of this stage. Even after awakening, learning never ends. Accepting that knowledge is infinite allows you to remain open and receptive to new lessons, preventing vanity and ego from limiting your development. Humility keeps your heart and mind ready to expand continuously. Finally, the integration and continuity of the spiritual path is a celebration of your commitment to yourself and the universe. This is a path that honors every step taken, every obstacle overcome, and the greater purpose you set out to follow. By living with this purpose, your life becomes an authentic manifestation of spiritual awakening and an inspiration to those who cross your path. If you enjoyed this content and want to continue delving deeper into your spiritual journey, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. That way, you'll help spread this message and strengthen our community. And take the opportunity to watch the next video. If you are God's chosen, never reveal these 5 secrets. In it, you'll discover powerful and indispensable secrets for protecting your spiritual path and honoring your God-given purpose. See you there.